Well, on the show tonight, we have a special discussion coming up on how Battleground Bihar is shaping up. The Chief Minister faces are here, the alliances are here, the fight is on. It is a united Mahagathbandhan versus Modi-Fied NDA. Now, after weeks of speculation and internal negotiations, the Mahagathbandhan today officially declared RJD leader Tejashwi Yadav as its chief ministerial face for the upcoming Bihar Assembly elections. Now, the announcement, endorsed by key allies of the MGB, including the Congress and left parties, aims to project a united opposition front against the NDA. Now, the announcement was made by Congress leader Ashok Gehlot, with all the allies of the MGB sitting by his side. And this matters, the endorsement coming from the National Congress leadership. Rahul Gandhi was not there. Congress President Mallikarjun Kharge wasn't there either. But alongside Tejashwi Yadav, VIP Chief Mukesh Sahni was also named Deputy Chief Ministerial candidate, underscoring the alliance's bid for a broader social coalition, because Mukesh Sahni, remember, comes from the Nishad of the boatman community and he's an important ally. Was the Congress in some ways reluctant to publicly endorse Tejashwi Yadav? Remember, Rahul Gandhi himself had avoided confirming his candidature until the official announcement came by today. So what was the reason? Why was Rahul Gandhi absent? What changed? And the big question, can Tejashwi Yadav's face and popularity bridge the alliance's internal cracks? And can it challenge Nitish Kumar's entrenched networks in Bihar? Here's a report.
Capping days of speculation, questions and reports of rift, the Mahagathbandhan on Thursday put up a united front and face. Tejashwi Yadav, MGB CM face, announced with all the allies in attendance.
इस चुनाव में अगले मुख्यमंत्री चेहरे के रूप में तेजस्वी यादव जी को हम लोग सपोर्ट करते हैं.
The MGB also declared that VIP Chief Mukesh Sahni will be the Deputy Chief Minister if the alliance wins. Sahani's demand held up the press conference, which got delayed by at least an hour as he insisted on being named Deputy CM face.
आज ये समय बेसब्री से 3.5 साल से मैं इंतजार कर रहा था, वो घड़ी आ चुकी है.
As the alliance declared its CM face, it threw a dare at the NDA to declare its chief ministerial face, with Tejashwi rubbing it in, saying the ruling alliance is just using Nitish Kumar for the elections and will not make him the chief minister.
तो हम लोग तो शुरू दिन से ही कह रहे थे कि भाजपा के लोग नीतीश जी को दोबारा मुख्यमंत्री नहीं बनाएंगे.
The BJP taunted the alliance for putting a scam-tainted leader as its face.
श्रीमान तेजस्वी यादव, आप 420 आईपीसी के आरोपी हैं.
Returning BJP's Jungle Raj fire, Tejashwi declared that he will not tolerate corruption. The RJD leader also laid out his agenda and vision, promising jobs to every household and SOPs for women.
हम लोगों के पास विजन है, रीजन है, ब्लूप्रिंट है, अनडाइंग पैशन है, नए सोच के हैं, सबको साथ लेके चलना है, नया बिहार बनाना है.
The BJP was quick to dismiss his promises as havabazi.
ये जो 2.7 करोड़ बिहार के हाउस होल्ड हैं, जिसको ये परमानेंट नौकरी देने की बात कर रहे हैं, तो जो इनका बैकग्राउंड है तो वो आपकी पूरी खाट खड़िया खड़ा कर देंगे.
BJP ally JDU also targeted the RJD for not naming a Muslim as Deputy Chief Minister's face and accused the RJD of just taking Muslim votes by scaring them and denying a share in power. Tejashwi clarified that after the polls, all communities will get due representation.
देखिए, मुकेश सहनी जी तो उनकी घोषणा हुई है, साथ में और भी अलग अलग वर्ग के लोगों को जो है हम लोग जो है इसमें डिप्टी सीएम में जो है और भी लोगों को भी इंक्लूड करेंगे.
While the Gathbandhan presented a united front, the absence of Rahul Gandhi from the MGB mega show became a talking point. No Rahul on the press conference background poster also raised eyebrows.
आज हम लोग देख रहे थे कि उस प्रेस से राहुल गांधी की तस्वीर गायब थी। क्या हो गया? हर पार्टियों के निशान जरूर थे, लेकिन राहुल गांधी की तस्वीर नहीं थी। अब इसका क्या कहा जाए तो पता नहीं है।
Senior Congress troubleshooter Ashok Gehlot assured that Rahul will campaign with Tejashwi.
राहुल गांधी जी के दिमाग में, सबके दिमाग में एक ही बात थी, और कई बार राजनीति में स्ट्रेटेजी का पार्ट भी होता है।
Sources also told NDTV that a joint rally by Rahul and Tejashwi is also in the works. The battle lines are drawn, the troops are lined up, and Senapatis are ready with their war plans. All eyes are on November 14th. Now, Bihar will give its verdict. An NDTV Bureau report.
Also joining us now is Amitabh Tiwari, founder, Vote Vibe author and commentator. We have Dr. Anshul Avijit of the Congress Party joining us, Sidharth Yadav of the BJP and Priyanka Bharti of the RJD. Thank you all of you for joining us on this broadcast. Priyanka Bharti, to you first. Tejashwi Yadav has been handling this campaign in Bihar for many days now, many months now. He has made several promises. Don't you think that this announcement of him being the CM face should have come much earlier? Because the announcement that he made yesterday and for the unemployed youth was all very important. The fact that probable CM is announcing this could have had more impact.
When 14 crore Biharis already accepted him as a CM, we were not in a hurry. But I think you should ask BJP spokesperson, a party, NDA alliance, cannot do a joint press conference even. How are they going to fight together in the election? And when you have a leader like Tejashwi Yadav in front of you, in front of him, the Pradhan Mantri, our PM Modi, seems like a dwarf. I'm saying this with full commitment because, you see, the number of jobs given by Tejashwi ji, it was like 1 lakh jobs just in one day. Appointment letters were given in Gandhi Maidan. And that's not it. We have always focused on jobs, unemployment, on all those issues which are concerning Biharis. You see, when we see the pictures of Biharis going in the washrooms and traveling into the Bihar in the trains, 2 Biharis falling out of train and dying in Mumbai while coming for Chhat and Deepavali, that hurts us. And as a Bihari, I would like to tell that this election also, everything, whole election is going to revolve around unemployment issue because BJP as a party never wanted growth of Bihar. Okay. If they wanted a growth of Bihar, then we would have got PM Mitra Park, we would have got IT-based industries, we would have got agro-based industries, fishery industries, nothing for us. When PM goes to Gujarat, he talks about bullet trains, but when he comes to Bihar, he talks about passenger trains. So, and you also heard Amit Shah saying, he said this blatantly that there cannot be any industry in Bihar because we don't have land.
Okay, Dr. Avijit, I'll come to you. Sidharth Yadav, respond to that, because a lot of things were said today, especially Tejashwi Yadav. He said that, you can't have victory in Bihar when you have factory in Gujarat. How would you respond to all of that? And, the main question is the CM of MGB is going to be Tejashwi Yadav if the Mahagathbandhan wins. And they are asking who is going to be the NDA CM after it comes to power, because everybody understands that Nitish Kumar's health may not really matter to his supporters, but it is a subject of concern. Sidharth Yadav.
Vasudha, good evening to you and good evening to all your viewers. First of all, responding to my friend from the RJD, she said that 14 crore Biharis had accepted Tejashwi ji, but it is surprising that 7 parties who are fighting in an alliance could not accept him for too late. What a tussle happened. How much of efforts had to go in. 2 leaders, 2 Jawans who were on a truck for 2 months could not even meet later on when a decision on the CM face had to be made. But finally, congratulations to Priyanka ji and her party that they have been able to succeed and throw out Rahul Gandhi from Bihar, from the posters of Bihar, from the press conference of Bihar, from everywhere, and have shown the right place to the Congress party. And I think one chori that has happened in Bihar is of the Congress party ka samman chori, because that I think now is gone. And Congress party must be wondering what we have landed into. Okay. Point number 2, when it comes down to the face of Tejashwi Yadav now as the Chief Minister's face, I think it's a very good sign, but not for the Mahagathbandhan, rather for the people of Bihar and for the NDA. Because the clearer it is that Tejashwi Yadav is the leader, the clearer it is for the people of Bihar to make a choice of not electing the Mahagathbandhan. People have not forgotten the Jungle Raj. People have not forgotten the false promises. People have not forgotten what Tejashwi Yadav and the entire clan is capable of doing. What was the promise for jobs, but what happened later on, the land for job scam. What was the A to Z of scams that happened in Bihar. So having that history and having that baggage, I'm very sure that this election is very clear with what's happening.
Right.
When it comes down to us, Vasudha, we are very clear.
Yeah.
I'll just make it my 10 last seconds. We are very clear. We are one party which has given Bihar the vision, the hope, and the roadmap to success. In 20 years, under the NDA rule, we have done more than what the entire opposition could do in 60. Okay. We have built double the roads that they could in 20. We have brought in more industries that they could have ever thought. We have brought in more opportunities for the youth.
Yes, we'll come to that in just a bit. Dr. Anshul Avijit, the fact that Rahul Gandhi started his vote chori campaign in Bihar, there was that massive SIR campaign, the yatra that he did. The fact that, his posters were missing today and the fact that he himself was not there today, what does that really show about the Congress party's, in the sense, acceptance of Bihar as an important state that the party has to really show its performance in?
Well, Mr. Rajesh Ram was there. He's the president of the Bihar Congress. Ashok Gehlot ji was there. There was a lot of local Bihar leadership, which is significant. Look, all this frenzy about who's going to be the CM face was actually in the newsrooms and within BJP spokespersons. It wasn't anywhere. It wasn't on the ground at all, because this was a fait accompli. The stereotype of the people of Bihar is that they are fully politicized. They knew exactly which is the largest party in Bihar, which has the largest number of seats, which has the largest number of seats in seat sharing as well. It was already a done deal. There was nothing to announce anyway. Now that it's been done, to keep away this kind of narrative that has been built up, which is not there on the ground. Where if you go to the people of Bihar and you will hit the ground, Vasudha, soon enough, you will write that issues matter over there. The complete economic decimation of Bihar is what really matters.
So what matters at the top is not important, Dr. Avijit. What happens at the bottom is important. We're also joined by Chairperson of the Media and Publicity Department of the Congress Party, Pawan Khera. Pawan Khera, thank you so much for being part of this broadcast. You were part of the press conference today, sir. The Congress has finally announced Tejashwi Yadav as the CM face. Many believe that this is too late and that the Congress party was reluctant to do it. What would your response be?
Well, why is it too late, considering that the NDA is yet to announce who the chief ministerial face will be? Why is it late? I want to ask you.
But they're constantly talking about Nitish Kumar as, they're fighting against...
Talking about Nitish Kumar is like the way they were talking about Eknath Shinde before the Maharashtra elections. Where is Eknath Shinde today? Okay. In fact, Mr. Amit Shah last week clearly announced in Patna that the MLAs the legislators will decide who the chief minister will be. Now, that clearly tells you that they are not announcing Nitish Kumar as the chief ministerial candidate of the NDA. In fact, we challenge them. In the next 24, 48, 72 hours, Mr. Amit Shah, since Prime Minister and Amit Shah both are going to be in Bihar, why don't you announce that Nitish Kumar will be our chief ministerial candidate, or he will not be then who will be? We have announced. Now the ball is in their court. People of Bihar need to know. It's their right to know.
Okay. But Mr. Khera, was the Congress a little reluctant because considering that it could also be part of your strategy, you probably wanted, to widen your pool of voters, you wanted a little bit of EBC, OBC voters. Was that also a concern that when you project a dominant OBC leader as a CM face, it might impact your prospects?
I don't know where this is coming from, because I've been hearing this question for the last month or so. Who will be the chief minister? Now you have the answer. And the question needs to be asked to Amit Shah. Why delay? I don't think there was any delay. Politics is all about timing. Every decision needs to be taken at the right time.
The first phase has ended, so clearly there was some delay, isn't it? Because the nominations, the withdrawal date has gone by.
Considering, I repeat, Vasudha, considering NDA is not yet announced.
Okay.
So, So we are definitely, there is no delay on our part.
Okay. So there are many questions also being asked on the absence of Rahul Gandhi and Mallikarjun Kharge from a PC that endorses the alliance's CM face. Mr. Khera, this is a very important state, 40 Lok Sabha seats. That looked quite awkward. The fact that Rahul Gandhi did a whole 18-day campaign there, and for the most important press conference, he was not there. Was it part of your strategy? How would you respond to people who say that he's missing?
Okay, I take your question and I respond to it with a question. Was Mr. Lalu Yadav there? No. So this is the state leadership and one of our senior most leaders, Ashok Gehlot ji, was there. All of us were there. And this was to do with announcing the chief ministerial face. Therefore, the backdrop had only one face, and all of us had our symbols on the backdrop, as you saw. And 3 hours I saw in the morning, your channel included, oh, there is no Rahul Gandhi. Rahul Gandhi is not going to be the chief minister of Bihar, for God's sake. It is Tejashwi Yadav. So therefore, it was Tejashwi Yadav's face all over the hall.
But sir, the fact that there could be allegations that Rahul Gandhi doesn't seem to be following up on a lot of campaign issue that he only picks up, wouldn't that be detrimental to your own prospects? He does a yatra and then he disappears for even a short time. Wouldn't that be impacting your prospects because politics is seen as a full-time job now?
Well, every year or 2 years, Mr. Modi comes up with a slogan. Stand up India, sit down India, skill India, smart India, not so smart India. Does he follow up on any of those slogans? Well, we start our campaigns. The rest of the party takes them forward. Obviously, the leader is not expected to now continue only talking about one issue. He has triggered a debate. He has triggered a massive campaign, which is, I would say, global in nature. The entire world is talking about vote chori, and I'm glad we are all talking about vote chori. It is an important issue. And all other issues that we will raise in the days to come would somehow or the other be linked with vote chori, because the kind of confidence this government gets, the ruling party gets, the BJP gets, by getting away, not delivering on any of their promises, is vote chori. They're so confident that they'll churao votes and again come back to power. They don't need to give jobs. They don't need to give pensions. They don't need to give ration. They don't need to give women's safety, nothing at all.
Right. But Mr. Khera, what about the dozen odd seats where these friendly fights are happening? Because we did saw the announcement of the CM face, but there was no consensus on what's going to happen to these seats. And this is particularly important because last time the victory margins were quite low, and even one seat matters now.
Vasudha, there are seats which have their very typical local dynamics. Considering those dynamics, there have been decisions taken unanimously that a friendly fight would be the best to defeat the rival. Whenever you want, we can have a chat seat-wise. So these decisions are taken with absolute clear analysis of what equations are working on which seat. And that's how these decisions are taken. And it's not the first time it's happening. It has happened in several states where we have formed the governments.
Right. My last question to you, sir. Does it look like the MGB peaked too early because there was so much clamour over the activities that Rahul Gandhi did, and of course Tejashwi Yadav followed it up with his own yatra. But now it looks like you're starting from a point all over again. Because I do believe that in the last few days, Rahul Gandhi could have spent some more time in Bihar to at least get the campaign registered, isn't it? I mean, tell me objectively, as you're a student of politics. Tell me, I mean, at least a little bit more he could have spent.
Vasudha, I find it so amusing. In the same breath, sometimes you say, oh, you're too late. Sometimes you say, oh, you're too early. No, there is absolutely a right time to raise an issue, right time to withdraw, right time to take it down and then come up again with something else, the next decision. So, as I said, politics is all about the right time. Unfortunately, the media sometimes says, oh, you were very late in declaring Tejashwi's name. Oh, you were very early in taking out the yatra. Please make up your mind. Were we early? Were we late?
Okay. But Mr. Khera, what can we expect in the coming days? Do you think Rahul Gandhi will also be part of joint yatras? Will there be joint rallies? Because the PM is going to be on a blistering campaign from Begusarai to West Champaran to, he's going to Samastipur tomorrow. What is it from the Congress side that we can expect?
Well, that saves a hug for Trump, which is good for Trump. But we'll also, all of our leaders will be campaigning. Mr. Kharge, Rahul ji, all of them will be campaigning, of course. And whether there'll be a joint campaign or not, of course, there will be joint campaigns also. And you'll see in days to come, you'll see a lot of our campaign.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Khera, for joining us. That was Pawan Khera, Congress leader, joining us on Bihar elections. Back to the discussion now. Sidharth Yadav, you just heard Mr. Khera speak about how it really doesn't matter if Rahul Gandhi was present or not. He came, he raised some issues, he started a debate, and now the timing is more important. It's the state leaders to do their job. How would you respond?
Vasudha, I'm sure Mr. Khera is still watching your show, and so I wish to ask him a question. What matters then? How many seats are you fighting? If a Mahagathbandhan, a coalition alliance who's fighting an election in a state, cannot even answer that they are fighting 243 seats or 255 seats in the state where they say that we have a joint vision, we have a joint chief minister face, we are here to make a change, then this is no coalition. This is just power-hungry people who have lust for power, who have joined hands together, who have no vision, no ideological background, who have come together just to regain what they did to Bihar.
Okay.
That's it. They are not fighting 243 seats, for God's sake. They are fighting 255. The deputy chief minister candidate that they have declared, can one imagine that he is also facing another RJD candidate in front of him? His brother is facing. See, if this is the state of affairs in a coalition, one can imagine that people who are so hungry for power, if they ever get a chance, because people of Bihar would never give them that chance, what would
Priyanka, I'm coming to you, but Amitabh Tiwari, let me ask you this question. I would want to believe that it's only the issues that matter, and that's probably what should also not make politicians complacent. But in the last many years, we've also seen a very personality-driven sense of politics where we expect political leaders to take up the mantle of 24/7 politics. Is that fair? And I do think that, an available politician is also somebody who keeps talking to people. But this constant pressure on political leaders to be available, to be accessible, to be campaigning, to win elections, how does that really, reflect on the election process, the governance, specifically in the context of Bihar? Do people really want Rahul Gandhi, or are they just like talking about issues?
No, essentially, if you ask voters, and at VoteWhy, when we asked voters what is going to be your main voting consideration, 15% said it will be the CM face. That's why the announcement of Tejashwi is important in that sense. 17% said it will be the PM face. So you have a Modi versus Rahul battle in that sense. Only 23% people said that it will be development and issues. And there are other issues like caste, religion, beneficiary status, etc., which become the main voting consideration. So it's leadership, almost 1/3 people are voting on leaders, but almost half are voting on state and central leadership. And almost 1/4 are going to vote on development or issues. Beneficiary status also around, you can say 15 to 20% people. Now this availability of leaders 24/7, etc., in an age where social and digital media has become the new medium of communication. See, I think if you see the press conference today, the presence of Rahul Gandhi or the absence of Rahul Gandhi in a press conference, I don't think that matters to people at all. However, since this election, as I've always said, is not like other elections like 2020, where Nitish versus Tejashwi battle was the main battle.
Right.
In this election, somehow it is Nitish plus Modi versus Rahul plus Tejashwi. Because both Nitish as well as Tejashwi have weakened over 2020 if you see the popularity ratings of Chief Minister. Though Tejashwi is leading the CM ratings across surveys, his popularity also has dipped compared to 2020, and it's largely because of the Jan Swaraj attack on his educational qualification.
Right.
So both the national leaders have made entry in this election.
Okay.
So Congress as a party helps Mahagathbandhan to expand the vote base beyond MY. So that's why it is required, correct? And that's why its leader is also required.
Right.
But I'm sure, Rahul would be campaigning, and when a joint campaign is announced, he would be campaigning. But his presence in a press conference And if an issue is made out of it, I don't think it concerns the
Dr. Anshul Avijit, how would you respond to that, sir? What is expected from the Congress party in the coming days? Because Amitabh Tiwari is also pointing out it doesn't really matter if Rahul Gandhi is present or not, but the fact that the announcement of the CM face matters, clearly that could have come earlier.
No. With all respect to pre-poll surveys and even surveys after the election is over, I mean, Bihar elections are notoriously difficult to predict, as all surveys have shown. So while that may be the case, to me, I think a lot of what matters on the ground are issues, and the biggest marker of social identity, which is caste. These things really matter on the ground. Look, they already know who is on the. It's actually for the NDA to come out. If you want this to be a presidential face-off, which the media is insisting it should be, then the BJP here and my friend Sidharth should squarely say who the CM candidate for them is, to make this some kind of a presidential face-off. If this is really the question that matters, I'm not concerned about it. I'm not concerned about whether they announce them, whether, Mr. Nitish Kumar is in the evening of his political life. That does not concern me. What concerns me are issues and other issues. Bihar elections are fought on many levels. Issues and the economic devastation of Bihar, Berozgari being one of them, that was a central issue last time round. I believe it is still an issue because nothing has changed. In fact, things have plummeted from bad to worse in Bihar.
Dr. Avijit, doesn't it matter to you that, Deputy CM from Congress was not announced? The fact that, Rahul Gandhi was not even present in terms of hoardings or posters, doesn't it matter to you as a congressperson?
On this top-down, you're insisting on this kind of top-down look at politics, where you're talking about national leadership coming, campaigning. I mean, it's all on the ground. Elections are fought on the ground on issues and other things which are particularistic to region. We haven't even discussed how Bihar is different region-wise. Which parties have sway, which don't. These are the things that matters. Look, you can keep, because it's a national channel, these issues are important, people reflect, understand them. It's important to have a face because it makes the contest much more attractive. You have to insist on it. But there are other less attractive things which really matter on the ground. That is what I'm trying to bring focus to.
Priyanka, what changes from here on for you, ma'am? Like, as somebody who's a Karyakarta of the RJD, the fact that your leader has been named the CM face, and I vote for, dynamic leaders. So for me, the leader becomes very important. And also somebody who's talking about the right kind of causes. How do things change from here on? What was it till today? What can you explain to us as an RJD insider, as a person who comes from the RJD?
Vasudha ji, I would say there are none. No changes.
Okay.
Earlier also, Tejashwi ji was raising concerns regarding unemployment, about immigration, and all these issues. And we will continue to do so in upcoming rallies from tomorrow onwards. We have 6 rallies by Tejashwi Yadav just tomorrow. And then not only this, while I was listening to Congress spokesperson, you were also listening to me. Both of us raised concerns regarding unemployment, poverty, hunger index, everything. Did you listen to Sidharth ji uttering the word about job? That's what I'm talking about, because they are not concerned about Biharis. If they were, they would have been talking why the farmers of Bihar earn the least in India. Why is in the multilateral development index, Bihar is at I would say at the core of the earth. We exist nowhere. Where are these questions? That's why I'm saying after after announcement of the CM post, also there is no change. That's why Tejashwi himself said in the conference today, media
Yadav, the RJD spokesperson, is saying that NDA is just concerned about social arithmetic. There's no talk of development. How would you respond to that? And the fact that Anshul Avijit also raised an important point. What happens to the CM face, considering that there are questions on Nitish Kumar's health? We know that you're fighting under, the name and personality of Nitish Kumar, but the fact is what happens after that remains a question.
No, Vasudha, I think the only political party and the only alliance which in the history of our, independence and the politics that's happened in our country has proven a record of pro-incumbency. It is the Bharti Janata Party and the NDA. If we have been serving the people of Bihar for last 20 years, we have been doing so only on a record of pro-incumbency, only on the record of what we have done. And let me tell you, it's always a matter of pride for all spokespersons who represent the government, the NDA and the BJP to, count of how much development work we have done. But just to remind my learned friend from the RJD, I'll give you a couple of statistics. the total number of roads that were constructed in 60 years in Bihar,
Then
the
you gave
NDA
ethanol
government
to
has
every
doubled them. The NDA government has doubled them. Don't get rattled if I'm stating facts, Priyanka ji. Please, I'm requesting you because the people of Bihar, have a right to know this.
Sure.
The
I will just
NDA
talk about
government-
ethanol, nothing else.
The
Thank you.
NDA government has doubled it in the past 20 years. The per capita income of Bihar is rather, today more than what is in UP, in Jharkhand,
500
or in
per month.
Bengal. Most
One
number of people
from
who have been
Bihar.
elevated out of extreme
Yeah, very-
poverty do come from Bihar. When the RJD and the Congress alliance had left Bihar, they had left us with
Please give me time to respond.
24,000 crores of a budget. We brought it to 3,15,000 crores. This is what we have done in Bihar. And when the people
But that's a long list, Priyanka. But if people are not happy with Nitish Kumar, why is he the chief minister since 2005? Clearly something is working for him, isn't it, Priyanka?
Didn't you see the number of seats decreasing year by year for Nitish Kumar? And not only this,
not that,
when BJP
Tejashwi Yadav
spokesperson
is
They're
being
concerned
able
about
to
seats.
stand the-
Now it's not about stats.
Vasudha ji, just let me complete.
Vasudha
Okay,
ji.
let Priyanka complete, then I'll come to all of you for closing remarks. Priyanka.
When he talks about roads, suddenly I don't know why I remember ethanol. That the minister provided ethanol for everyone ताकि सबका इंजन बैठ जाए, सिर्फ उन्हीं के बेटे का इंजन चलता रहे. That's what he means. And when he talks about per capita income of
बात का कुछ sense हुआ?
let me remind you, Sidharth ji, per capita income of Biharis is 5,500 rupees. One airfare ticket from Delhi to Bihar. That's what 5,500 rupees means for a Bihari. And do you think that's enough for a person to live for a month? A family per capita income 5,500 rupees, जहाँ पे 700% गुना बढ़ गया है.
Okay, closing remarks, Sidharth Yadav. Yeah, respond to that.
I'm very sorry, and I think I should explain in whatever terms Priyanka ji would understand, but do not spread lies. In 2005, Prati Vyakti I was 8,223. In 2025, it is 66,828. The growth rate of Bihar is 14.47%. 14.47%. What is the state of affairs in the states ruled by the opposition? So do not give this. People remember the Jungle Raj.
Okay, Dr. Avijit, what are the three big things that you think will really matter on the ground? I take your point that what happens at the top is not important. What happens on ground is important, and that clearly should be our agenda as well. But tell me, what are the things that you think people of Bihar are looking at?
Well, clearly, they're looking at 20 years and seeing economic annihilation of Bihar, regardless of what my friend may say. And if he thinks he's painting such a rosy picture, then good for him. I'm sure nobody agrees with that. You can keep doing it. Look, there is unemployment, there is agricultural distress, there is poverty at extreme levels, there is massive levels of corruption where land is being sold for a song, bridges are collapsing, there is mafiadom over there, and the complete collapse of law and order, where ASIs are shot in broad daylight and murders are taking place of all kinds of professionals, teachers, doctors, lawyers, talking about whatever Jungle Raj is what you see before you. So these are the matters. I hope they matter. It's time that issues.
I like the disclaimer that you have, Amitabh Tiwari, this election is very important for the NDA because for the stability of the government at the center, 12 MPs come from JDU, and the fact that, BJP has been on a winning spree since the 2024 Lok Sabha elections. Of course, what happened in Lok Sabha election is completely different. Although in that, in that election as well, Priyanka, the RJD did not perform as well as the other opposition parties.
Vasudha ji, aren't you aware we are the largest single party in Bihar? Only 12,000 votes. We were less from making government.
Okay.
We are the largest single party in Bihar, vote percentage-wise.
Right. Amitabh Tiwari, your closing remarks, sir. Do you think Tejashwi Yadav has in some ways managed to expand that social base of his from MY? Do you think that Congress has helped him do that? Do you think that's something that will be possible? Because that's going to be crucial for the Mahagathbandhan's prospects.
I think this time an attempt is being made. If you look at the number of tickets which have been given to the Yadav community, that has reduced compared to 2020, and the number of tickets given to EPCs has increased. In fact, Congress has significantly increased the number of tickets given to EBCs, reducing the number of tickets to the upper caste. So an attempt is being made, and the announcement of Mukesh Sahni as a deputy CM or a probable deputy CM also is an effort to woo the EBC community. And we'll have to wait and see whether this translates into votes or not, because EBCs is a very big vote bank with multiple subcasts, 100 plus subcasts. See, it's a battle of narratives. Earlier, the battle was Nitish versus Tejaswi, clearly 6 months ago. Then it moved to Nitish versus who. Then it moved to who versus who because the Home Minister made a statement. Now it is Tejaswi versus who. So Tejaswi, when he is asking this question, is trying to hint at a leadership vacuum in the BJP or the NDA. And Bihar is not a Madhya Pradesh or a Rajasthan where you can experiment with chief ministers like that in Bihar. Correct. So the people will need a face.
Right.
And I think in rallies forthcoming of the Prime Minister, we could see a clear communication from him as to Nitish
That's
will
an
be
important said. 10 seconds, Sidharth Yadav, and 10 seconds, Priyanka. 10 seconds, Sidharth.
No, Vasudha, I think we are the only alliance which has a very clear niyat, a niti, a netratva, and definitely we'll change the niyati of Bihar. The people of Bihar have made a very strong mind. They do not want to sidetrack from the progress road that NDA has brought them onto. It's a very promising future, a very promising present, and the people of Bihar know that. Nobody is going to fall for the false promises and the propaganda of the opposition.
Okay, Priyanka Bharti.
I salute the audacity of BJP spokesperson Amit Shah as well. He talks about Niti and Niyat. What about Niti and Niyat of Amit Shah when he directly said there are no land in Bihar, so we won't provide any industry? I mean, I salute the audacity of just before election.
What propaganda?
There is no industry. I can show you the video, Sidharth, and I would request Vasudha ji, please go and play that.
What did Amit Shah say?
All India will see that.
Yeah, Sidharth, what did Amit Shah say according to you? Because this is something I keep hearing often, but yeah.
No, I don't know. You'll have to ask.
Okay, so it's like Amitabh Tiwari said, it's a clash of narratives, and we'll have to wait.
You'll have to ask the propaganda experts for that.
I just remember victory and factory because that's what Tejashwi Yadav said today. But yes, it's an interesting election. Thank you all of you for joining me on this broadcast.